Researchers from Radboud University and UMC Utrecht achieved a major breakthrough by using brain implants and AI to accurately convert brain signals into audible speech. The project achieved word prediction with 92 to 100% accuracy in non-paralyzed individuals with temporary implants. This innovation aims to restore speech to locked-in patients who are unable to communicate due to paralysis. The development advances brain-computer interface technology and could potentially offer voice restoration to people in a locked-in state. Future goals include predicting full sentences and paragraphs based on brain activity. Apple has revealed the date for its fall special event, scheduled for September 12th at the Steve Jobs Theater in Cupertino. The event, titled Wonderlust, is anticipated to introduce the iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Pro, offering upgrades like enhanced battery performance, USB-C connectors, faster charging, and improved cameras. The unveiling is also expected to include new versions of the Apple Watch and the Apple Watch Ultra. The announcement follows Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference that showcased software and hardware updates, including the ambitious Apple Vision Pro mixed reality headset. Corendan Airlines will launch an only adult zone on flights between Amsterdam and Cura sectionaux starting November 3rd. The section, positioned in the front of the plane, caters to business travelers and passengers without children. Founder Attila Uslu highlighted that this is the first Turkish-Dutch airline to offer such an option, aiming to provide extra peace of mind. The section will have 9 extra-large seats with added legroom, separated from the rest of the plane by walls or curtains. Passengers must be 16 or older, and prices range from 45 to 100 euros for standard and extra-large seats respectively. Oil prices continued their upward trend as industry data revealed a substantial drop in U.S. crude inventories, and Hurricane Idalia threatened Gulf of Mexico production sites. Brent crude for October rose by 0.49% to $85.91 a barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures increased by 0.62% to $81.66. The U.S. dollar's slide and expectations of an extended Saudi Arabian output cut also contributed to the price surge. However, concerns about fuel demand and China's mixed economic situation tempered the gains. Dow Jones futures inched up, while S&P 500 and Nasdaq futures dipped slightly. The stock market saw a robust rally with major indexes climbing above their 50-day moving averages, driven by lower-than-expected job openings data. Nasdaq led, bolstered by growth stocks due to reduced Treasury yields and Fed rate hike expectations. Notably, Tesla, Nvidia, and Alphabet posted gains, while China's PDD Holdings, Li Auto, Mercado Libre, and others also signaled buying opportunities. Bitcoin and related stocks surged after a court ruling, while Dell, HP Enterprise, HP Inc., and Box reported mixed results after hours. Ukrainian officials have condemned Pope Francis for his recent video address to Russian youth, where he referred to them as descendants of the Russian Empire. The Pope's remarks, urging them to embrace their heritage, were labeled imperialist propaganda by Ukrainian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Oleh Nikolenko. Ukrainian leaders criticized the Pope's failure to acknowledge Russia's aggression towards Ukraine and cautioned against promoting nationalist and imperialist ideas. The Vatican later clarified that the Pope's intention was to encourage cultural and spiritual preservation, not endorse imperialist ambitions. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, initially seen as bridging racial divides with a pardon for the Groveland Four, now faces deepening rifts with the black community due to his conservative policy agenda. DeSantis's actions, such as altering school curricula on slavery, defunding diversity initiatives, and redistricting a black-led congressional district, have sparked outrage. A recent racially motivated shooting in Jacksonville further strained relations. At a vigil, DeSantis was met with boos, with some labeling him racist. Critics argue that his policies disproportionately affect African Americans, challenging his claims of progress in this regard. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has refused around $350 million in energy efficiency incentives offered through the Inflation Reduction Act by President Joe Biden. DeSantis' rejection of these funds, along with other measures, poses a significant challenge to Biden's economic agenda. The refusal, centered on energy-efficient rebates, impacts the administration's climate goals and consumer incentives. DeSantis vetoed rebates for energy-efficient purchases and blocked funding for pollution mitigation and solar programs. While the White House has sought ways around the blockade, it hopes the situation won't escalate into a broader litmus test for GOP governors. Ukrainian drones launched strikes on Russian targets across 6 regions, including an airfield where military transport planes were destroyed, marking a significant escalation in Kyiv's counteroffensive efforts. Russian officials confirmed attacks in multiple regions, with a fire erupting at a northern military airfield. Despite Moscow's claims of thwarting all attacks, recent strikes have brought the conflict closer to Russians. Ukrainian forces reported advances after a 3-month offensive, while the U.S. announced increased military aid for Ukraine. The death of Yevgeny Prigozhin, head of Russia's Wagner private army, remains controversial, with Western suspicions of Kremlin involvement. Hurricane Idalia is rapidly gaining strength over warm Gulf of Mexico waters and is projected to become an extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane as it approaches Florida's west coast. With wind speeds of 110 miles per hour, the storm is causing coastal flooding and is anticipated to make landfall early Wednesday. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has issued evacuation warnings, emphasizing the gravity of the situation. Forecasters predict that Idalia's landfall could bring unprecedented storm surge heights of 10 to 15 feet, particularly endangering Florida's Big Bend region. A group of soldiers in Gabon has taken control of the country, appearing on national television to announce the annulment of Saturday's election results, which declared President Ali Bongo as the winner. The soldiers, part of the Committee of Transition and the Restoration of Institutions, cited concerns over governance leading to social deterioration. This move, if confirmed, would end the Bongo family's 53-year rule. The situation has raised worries about stability in Africa, drawing attention from France and the EU. This development marks the latest in a series of military takeovers across former French colonies.